Hey guys, this is Christiana from Parks and Recreation Fitness. We are back with a fitness challenge today. It's going to be 10 minutes. As you can see, I have my phone in my hand, which means I'm actually participating with you guys, so you can follow along with me throughout the video. We're going to do 7 exercises and you're going to get a 30-second break between each one. So your first exercise is going to be a plank. Make sure you get that timer set. I'm going to start with you guys. Here we go. We're going to start in that low plank. So on your forearms, they're going to stack right underneath your shoulders, and we're going to hold that for a minute. At about 30 seconds, I'm actually going to switch, and I'm going to go into a high plank, which you could do as well. You could do high or low. And I'm going to jump up into that high plank. Once again, you could do whichever you prefer. And I'm going to stack those hands directly underneath my shoulders. Okay, and your first minute is done, so we only have 6 more, and we're going to come back in 30 seconds with another exercise. All right, so we're going to start this next minute with Russian twist, which is going to be another core exercise. So I'm going to go ahead and start my minute. The first variation I'm going to start with is my feet on the floor, so keep a slight bend in those knees. We're going to follow our hands, lean back slightly. We're going to touch and come back to the other side as well. And we're going to keep alternating. Make sure when you're doing it, you follow with your eyes. You don't want to be in tight. You actually want to reach out a little bit and hit that ground next to you, engaging your core the whole time. And then for a more advanced option, you can actually bring those feet up off the ground, keeping those knees bent. Same concept. We're going to follow with our eyes and touch the ground next to us, engaging our core the whole time. Make sure you breathe, especially when doing core. A lot of people tend to hold their breath. So make sure you're taking those deep breaths as you're exercising. And that's another minute done, and we will be right back with another exercise. Okay, so we are back with mountain climbers. We're going to do these for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and start my timer. I'm also going to show you a couple variations for this. We're going to stack our hands right below our shoulders and get into that high plank. You can start slow if you don't want to go fast. We're just going to bring our knees to our chest, and we're going to alternate. Making sure we're keeping our core tight the whole time. I don't want to see an arch in your back. You also don't want to be falling forward. So keep a strong core. We're going to bring those feet all the way in. For a more advanced option, we can actually do this a little quicker. It's more like running in place. We're going to stack those hands right under our shoulders once again. Keep that core tight. We're going to bring our feet in, and we're just going to go a little bit quicker. And that's it for mountain climbers, and we will be right back. We are going to start this minute with lunges. I'm going to show you 2 different variations. I'm going to go ahead and click start. The first variation I'm going to show you is a forward lunge. So we're going to stretch all the way out. We're going to drop down. Make sure we keep our knee behind our toes, and we're going to drop that back knee as close to the ground as possible. Bring those feet back together. We're going to go straight out again. This doesn't need to be fast, especially with lunges. You want to make sure you're staying in good form. Of course, breathing throughout the whole thing, and feel a really nice stretch into those lunges. After a forward lunge, whichever you prefer, whatever's more comfortable, you could try both like I'm doing. We can also do a backwards lunge, so same concept. We're going to step backwards and drop down into that lunge. Bring those feet back together, backwards, dropping down into that lunge. And that's it on a minute for lunges, so we'll be right back. We only have 2 exercises left, so of course I saved push-ups, everyone's favorite, towards the end. I'm going to hit start. The first push-up we're going to do is a push-up from the knees. We want to make sure our hands are just outside shoulder width, and we actually want to make sure we're a little bit longer out, almost like you're getting into a plank again, and we want to keep a flat back. We're going to keep those elbows in tight. You can lift your feet up in the back, and we're going to bring our chest all the way down and all the way back up, making sure we're keeping a tight core especially, and keeping that back flat the whole time. On push-ups, with your head leaning down, it's important to breathe. Don't let all that blood rush to your head the whole time. With the next push-up variation, it's just going to be a standard push-up. Hands are going to stack right outside those shoulders. We're going to get into a high plank. Keeping those elbows in tight, we're going to drop down and back up. And that is it. Stay put for our last exercise. Okay, for our last exercise, we are going to do just a standard body weight squat. We want our feet just a little past shoulder width apart. When we lean back, you almost want to feel like you're sitting in a chair. You're going to throw your hips back, and you're going to sit all the way down into that squat and all the way back up. Make sure when we come up, we really want to be soft on our knees. You never want to be locking them out. It's a lot of pressure in there. So just try to have a soft knee. It doesn't need to be a bend, just soft. And we're going to just continually squat and right back up, making sure we're getting down to 90 degrees and coming straight up. Keeping a tight core, it's very important not to lean forward as well as not to lean back when you're squatting. You want to go straight down and straight back up. As far as your hands go, you can put them on top of your head. I try not to use them as momentum. I try to keep them just stationary while I'm doing my squats, so you can keep them on your shoulders. And just like that, 10 minutes is done. So that is it for our 10-minute challenge. Grab a friend if you're feeling unmotivated, FaceTime, maybe your kids are home from school. These are super simple exercises that are very effective. Stay tuned for more videos.